So we would all agree with me that the world has changed. Does anyone disagree that the world has changed over the last half a decade? The world has changed. Who agrees with me that the world has changed over the last decade or half? Who agrees with me that the world has changed? Anybody? Anybody? I need our reaction, guys. I need our reactions. I need our reactions. Who agrees with me that the world has changed over the last decade or so? Or even since 2020, since the advent of COVID-19, the world has changed. Okay, thank you very much. And with the evolving of the world over the last half a decade or so, businesses has also taken some drastic changes in how they operate. So with COVID, a lot of things transformed. With COVID, a lot of things changed. As we started seeing people working from home, the hybrid work structure came about, people working multiple jobs virtually, and all of these things have become habitual now. It's now our current reality, it's now our new reality. And as that change has happened physically, it has also happened in business. Businesses no longer want people who just work hard. They now want people who work smart. If you look at the manual era, people immerse themselves into physical efforts, time-intensive activities, and so many things, so many endeavors were prone to errors. I mean, if you look at the video we watched before I joined, the testimonial, and see that there was someone who was very equipped at using Excel manually, but there were possibilities and capabilities that he had not explored. And there were things that he couldn't do. And why couldn't he do it is because the ease and the physical exertion he had to go through in order to complete such activity, he didn't have enough time to buttress and improve his skill set in other important functions that Excel could do. And that's why we talk about physical effort, time intensive, prone to errors. But in today's day and age, with AI, regardless of whatever field or industry that you find yourself, things are done easily, things are done seamlessly. You achieve much results with little physical exertion. You achieve efficiency, productivity, you save time, you save costs, you improve revenues for businesses by working smarter, not by working harder. So how many of us here are still stuck in the manual era? Genuinely, if you are still stuck in the manual era, I want you to give me a thumbs up. It's because of people like you we are in today's session. You think that you are still stuck in the manual era, whereby you have to physically exert yourself. Okay, you spend hours and hours doing the same thing every single day, but you want to save costs. Okay, you want to improve your skill set, you want to broaden your horizon, depending on the field in which you find yourself. So those of us that gave thumbs up, those are the kind of people who are here for today. Okay, I mean, look around you, look at the landscape around you, look at Nigeria as a whole. We are seeing economic hardship that we've never seen before in the past. All right, so many people understand now that they cannot rely on one single source of income anymore. The inflationary pressure of the country has eaten deep into your finances, and as a result of that, your purchasing power has plummeted. Okay, and if you look at what's on my screen, you can see that we have the dual traps of the manual marketer. Okay, so many people are trying to freelance, but they keep getting rejected and they keep getting declined. And this is because they do not have the subject matter expertise for them to secure such roles. And in today's day and age, those that do not know how to use AI to work effectively, efficiently, to save time, to save costs, to increase revenue, are moved out of the job space. They are removed from the digital landscape, and they are usurped by those that know how to use all of these functionalities and tools. And if you look at what's on my screen here, it's the tutorial hell. Okay, so many people attend multiple tutorials, and they have promised a couple of things, and at the end of the day, there's nothing to write them about. There's no results. There is no reward. Okay, and see that businesses do not pay you for memorizing tools; they pay for applied solutions. Okay, they paid for applied solutions. All right. So if you look at this particular slide of mine as well, the missing bridge to global dollar earnings. Okay, if you look at your local income ceiling, for those of us that are in Nigeria, you know that there's a particular ceiling you get to professionally, whereby you're just stuck. Okay, you've plateaued. And as a result of that, you can't earn more, or you're just stuck in a cycle for years, no promotion. And with no promotion, most times you do not get any further incentives to increase or buttress yourself financially. But if you look at the global value and the dollar earning on the other side of my screen, this is where people apply value into business strategy. Okay, so where people apply what? Their skills, okay, their expertise, their depth of knowledge, their proficiency, and what happens here, they maximize their earning, they earn in foreign currencies. And if you see that these are words and opposite, these are two sides of a coin. The bridges are the antithesis of one another. And what's missing here? The only thing missing from your local income ceiling to your global value and dollar earning is your execution strategy. Okay, that's what's really missing. That's what's keeping you at where you are. And I'm sure that a lot of us are tired of where we currently are, and we want to make that next gigantic step. We want to leap into what? Solvency. What does solvency means? Freedom, financial freedom, where you have no worries whatsoever. Okay, so let's forge ahead. Let's quickly learn about the people that are facilitating the session here today. About us, analytics business. So what do? We are a leading e-learning platform designed to help organizations across the world empower their teams with a wide array of professional development options across AI, data, HR, software development, etc. With access to top quality courses across diverse disciplines, analytics business addresses the continuous learning and development needs essential in today's fast-paced business environment. So all of the things that I've just said, if I'm going to paraphrase what I just said, we are simply a leading e-learning platform where people with no prior expertise, with no foundational knowledge, with no experience at all in tech, make that further leap into technology. Okay, so whether you're a beginner, whether you have intermediate knowledge, and you need structure, you need clarity, you need to have a sequential and a linear path into tech, you're in the right place. And so we've understood our market. We understand that many Nigerians, many Africans, many people across the globe are looking to venture into technology, but they do not know how. They need that structure. They need that guide. They need someone to hold their hands and move them into the right direction. And that's the gap that we've addressed in today's market. Okay, so once again, who is excited for what we have to come today? Who is excited for what we have to come today? I need our reactions. I need a thumbs up from us. Are we all excited? Are we all excited? Are we all excited? I need the reaction. Okay, thank you for that, Debayo. I need more reactions. Okay, Bridget, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now, okay, Iliasu, thank you as well. Thank you as well. So guys, please do not forget to fill the attendance form so that you can get recordings into what we are doing today. So you can get recordings of today's session, and you can also carry out some of the activities that we'll be doing today. So if you look at the left-hand side of my screen, the visual, okay, I want us to do a bit of comparative analysis. I want us to compare the two sides of my screen. All right. On the left side, you can see that this person is drowning under a pile of documents. And we label it that what before AI, this person uses an average of 20 hours a week on manual documentation, on status reports, on ticket writing, on meeting notes. And on the right side of my screen, you can see a clean, elevated structure with 3 floating blocks. All right, strategic alignment, customer empathy, and outcome orchestration. And the bottom line, what does this quote say? Project managers spend up to 200 hours a year writing documents that stakeholders skim in under 2 minutes. So you spend 200 hours in a year writing a document that stakeholders will only skim through for just 2 minutes. And if you look at the left side of this particular slide, a person is drowning. Okay, the person is drowning seriously in loads of documentation. Because as a project manager, as a product manager, you always need to give reports concerning your projects, concerning your products. It's one of those indispensable things that you cannot run away from. Okay, 20 hours a week is not a good thing for you as a project manager. If you spend that on just writing reports, it is not good. Imagine spending 20 hours a week on just writing reports. So when will you have time for the other things or other activities in your project? When will you have times for your stakeholders? Okay, but before AI came, this person is drowning. But after AI, where AI can help this particular person generate reports without them lifting their finger. Okay, now they can concentrate more on customer empathy, because as a product manager, as a project manager, you think about the customer needs, their wants, think about their expectations, think about their concerns, their pain points, and you try to address it. So now you focus more on what? Customer empathy. You focus your time on strategic alignment, whereby you think about your organizational goals, their objectives, their vision, their mission, and you resonate and you do what? You dovetail the product to meet all of those expectations. You think of the outcome orchestration. How seamless can the outcome become? So you focus your time on more important activities than just writing reports. So now look at the right side of my screen. After AI, those admin hours get converted into things that actually matter. Okay, so we need to understand that as project managers, as product managers, AI does not replace us. Okay, it only promotes you. The only set of people that will be replaced by AI are those that do not use AI or do not know how to use AI. So AI can help you carry out some of those things that are vigorous, they are drudgery works, that they are burdensome. Okay, AI can help you what? Alleviate all of those pains, all of those concerns of yours. Guys, are we together? Are we together? Now, the next slide, if you look at it, we have what? The strategic orchestrators console. Okay, the strategic orchestrator console. And why do we call this the strategic orchestration console? We want to think about AI as our pilot, or on planes, pilots do what? They help you navigate the wind, they help you navigate the map, they take you from what? One direction to the next direction, from one location to the next location. So AI helps us what? Gather information and brainstorm new product ideas very, very fast. Okay, so in a case whereby customers are making complaints about a particular issue, for example, in Nigeria today, what's the common complaint that we see amongst people? People want to be able to make transfers seamlessly. People want to be able to access loans seamlessly. People want to be able to call their loved ones easily. People want to be able to do so many things easily. And as a product manager, as a project manager, you want to get information about the public. Okay, so how do you get such information very, very quickly? You use AI. And before AI came into the scene, most times you see people spending weeks and months or carrying out what? Research, and they will not even get sufficient information. But now with AI, they can gather information about a new product from the public very quickly. You have tools like Perplexity AI, which is the best when it comes to research. Next, in planning, how does AI help you in planning? AI can help you draft your first project plan. Traditionally, many PMs and many BAs and many product managers, they spend weeks trying to formate and come up with a project plan. But using AI, you're not starting from the scratch anymore. Okay, there's already an ideation that AI has given to you. There's already a roadmap that you would use to do what? To build the product. And we'll also be looking at something similar today as we evolve in today's session. Next one is what? Execution. And the execution part is very, very much underrated. And why is it underrated? Is because AI can spot potential conflict in your project. AI can spot what? Potential risk in your project. AI can spot what? When you potentially overrun your budget in a project. Because all of these things are important when you want to execute a project. So these are things that with your own naked eyes, you might overlook, or it might be an oversight on your end. But with AI, we can easily spot all of these important things before they become an issue in the project. Then finally, reporting. Okay, reporting is very much important because everybody, every stakeholder in your project, they want to be totally updated about what's happening in the project. Okay, and as a project manager, like I saw earlier, we spend an average of 20 weeks and 20 hours in a particular week trying to generate what reports. But with AI, we can generate this report in less than 5 minutes. And we spend our time doing other important things. So if we understand all I've been saying so far, we can see that before AI, we spend so much time, so much effort into doing things that should just be of minimal effort. But with the introduction and with the advent of AI, the things that will take us 5 days, a month, 6 months, we are doing them what in minutes. So that's the difference between what has been happening before in projects and products management and what's currently happening today. Okay, I was at the 20th anniversary of Projects Management Institute in Nigeria around April last year. And one of the things that was prevalent there, because I spoke as a panelist, one of the things that was prevalent in that discussion was the fact that so many project managers are scared, so many product managers are scared as to whether AI will replace them or not. But the consensus that we all came into was the fact that those that know how to use AI would replace those that do not know how to use AI, no matter how smart they are. That was the conclusion that we came into. So if you are here today and all of these things are something you are looking to incorporate, something you are looking to do in the nearest future, then you need to take AI very much seriously. Okay, now look at what I have on my slide. We have what? The adoption gap. Okay, the adoption gap. And this is a bold split statistics. Okay, 42% of organizations they see positive shifts from AI. Okay, 42% of what organization they see positive shifts from AI. Organizations like Meta, like Google, like Amazon, like Microsoft, they are now what? They are now disregarding people who do not know how to use AI. They are not finding them as redundant in their organizations. And even here in Nigeria, in today's day and age, they are getting rid of people who do not know how to use AI. And this is going to become a more prevalent theme as the year progresses. Okay, but we have a 74% of employees that express a negative sentiment about it. Okay, they say things like, oh, their job security, their data privacy, and their over reliance on automation. But I want to address something that is very big here. If an organization is already seeing what 42% of positive shifts when they focus on values and strategy from AI, it means that you have every right to be nervous if you do not know how to use AI. Okay, because this number is going to increase every single month. This particular number is going to increase what every single month because as the year progresses by, more people are inclined into taking their operations using AI. So if I were you, I will be concerned about where I am at the moment and my AI usage. Okay, then the final slide before we go into our case study, because we're not just going to speak all theoretically today. We're also going to do something real. Okay, we're going to practicalize this particular session. Okay, so let's look at the traditional PRD. PRD means what? Product requirements document. All of these applications that you see on your phones, your WhatsApp, your Facebook, your YouTube, your LinkedIn, they all came as a result of us having a cohesive and a consistent product requirements document. A product requirements document is a document that serves as a blueprint, as a guide for building a particular application. So your developers, your project managers, your product managers, they use a particular document as a guide to deliver the best solution that you and I can use optimally and enjoy the experience. So that's what the PRD is about. And if you look at what we do traditionally, we see that you have to impute a particular outcome as your input A, and you think of a particular fixed logic, and you get output B. Okay, but that's the old way of doing things. Okay, you have your input A, there are some logics, there are some framework you need to follow, and you have your output B. That's how things worked before. But in today's day and age, okay, at the moment, the way things work is that when you put in the first input, the AI model reads your instruction, it reads your prompt, and it understands what you are trying to deliver. And as a result of that, it produces a full-fledged product requirement document for you that helps what your development team deliver the best value for the solution. Okay, and you can always modify your outcomes. You can always modify your outputs to fit the tone, to fit the use case, to fit your expected outcomes. Okay, and now with AI, there are so many guardrails that are set for you so that you deliver absolute value. Like I said, these tools, these models, they learn from millions and billions of text data. They have so much expansive skill set that your brain cannot even fathom. All right, and this is where we currently are in today's day and age in projects management. So if you still go around carrying Excel as a project manager or as a product manager, or if you keep going around carrying out a Microsoft Word, trying to carry out a project plan, you are doing things wrong. Things are done seamlessly today in project management, in product management space. All right, and we're looking at something that we do every time as project manager as our case study. Okay, so guys, I want us to meet Chidi. All right, like I said, today is not just going to be talk. I'm also going to do what? Carry out actions. I want us to meet Chidi. Okay, it is 9:14 a.m. and he is already behind. All right, it is 9:14 a.m. and Chidi is already behind. Who is he? Okay, Chidi is a project manager and a product manager in a mid-sized fintech company. He leads a team of 12 people, okay, of 12 persons across the product team, across the design team, and engineering team. They use tools like Slack, Notion, Google Meet, and they email all day. Okay, Chidi even tried ChatGPT, but he does not know how to use it for the real work. And on his plate today, Chidi has 47 minutes on read transcript, status report that is due for 5 p.m. 3 stakeholders are pinging Chidi. He has 72 or 62 unread messages on Slack. How many of us wake up on a Monday morning and we are just cranky and we are just rushing all about? We are disoriented because we have a report to submit and we've not done it. How many of us can relate this particular story? On a Sunday evening, you are very tense because you know that on Monday, you have to give a report. Okay, you have to give a report, but you've not done it yet. And it is something lengthy. How many of us has been in Chidi shoes before? Okay, has anybody here been in Chidi shoes before? That on Sunday night, you're already scared, or even on Monday morning, you have a report to give in a particular meeting, but you've not done it. Okay, and you are disoriented. How many of us have been in Chidi shoes before? Nobody. Nobody has been in Chidi shoes before. Okay, so I can see that Chidi is just left alone. But what's happening to Chidi happens to so many people. Okay, so what happens to Chidi happens to so many people. All right, and now with Chidi's situation, he has this particular transcript. Okay, Chidi has this particular what? He has particular transcript. And what does Chidi have to do? Okay, what does Chidi have to do? What does Chidi have to do? We'll come back to the slide there and show us what Chidi has to do. Okay, Chidi has to do what? He has to transcribe the meetings, what? The meetings transcripts. Okay, he has to do what? He has to generate a proper transcript and also generate a status report that the stakeholders can understand as a project update. Okay, we want to make sense of the meeting that Chidi has what? Has embarked on, but he has not done what's giving an update. So what do? We are going to paste this prompt on ChatGPT to help Chidi out. Okay, we are going to make sense of the meeting. We are going to act as a project assistant. We are going to use AI to act as a what? Project assistant that would help Chidi out so that Chidi can generate his report and he would have no issues whatsoever with his stakeholders. Okay, so before we generate the report, all right, before we copy and paste this prompt into any of our LLMs, okay, we need to understand that you just do not copy and paste prompts into ChatGPT. There is a technique you need to use to get the right results from any of these tools. Okay, so for us to get the right results for Chidi, number one, we need to first copy this particular prompt. Okay, so I'll copy this here and I'll open my ChatGPT. All right, I'll open my ChatGPT. Okay, or let me use this particular one. Yes, so there'll be consistency. I'll open my ChatGPT here. Okay, so what do I do first? I'll paste that particular prompt. Okay, first thing I've done is to paste the prompt. I'm telling AI now to act as a project assistant, act as my assistant, a super knowledgeable assistant that knows every single thing that I want to do. So now this particular assistant wants to help Chidi out in Chidi's work. So what would I do next? I will do what? I will copy and paste this sample kickoff meeting that Chidi attended. You can see this is the transcript of Chidi's meeting. Okay, you can see Chidi addressed everyone. Blessing spoke, Amaka spoke, Sunday spoke. All right, so many people spoke. All right, in Chidi's session, and this is the transcript. So we want to generate a status report for Chidi. Okay, so what would I do next? I would copy this, or better way is that I can come here to save this document, okay, and download it. I'll download it as a PDF version. Okay, I'll download it. So once that is downloaded, I'll come back to my ChatGPT, okay, or I can just even paste the transcript here because I already have this as a prompt. I can paste the transcript here. All right, let me just paste the transcript here. Okay, but before we run this particular prompt, we need to take some things into consideration. Is a technique we call the grasp method when it comes to prompting. Okay, we call it the grasp method. So I'm going to show it to us here very quickly. We call it the grasp method. If you do not use the grasp methods for your prompting, ChatGPT or any other AI tool you use will not give you the right results that you want. Okay, this is what we call the grasp method. You say the GRASP. Okay, this is what we call the grasp method. Okay, and what does the grasp method talk about? The first thing you want to look at when you are giving a prompt is your goal. Okay, what is the goal of your prompt? Okay, G stands for goal. Okay, what is the goal of your prompt? And if you look at what we have here in our prompt, the goal is what? Is that we want to generate a 5-sentence executive summary. That is our goal. Okay, that is our goal. That's the goal of this particular prompt that we're trying to generate. The next one, R, it stands for what? The role. Okay, it stands for what? The role. Okay, what is the role in this particular project? The role here is that what you are my project assistant. So it's just like us speaking to our friends and giving our friends a context as to how the conversation should fly. Okay, that's what we're doing here. Then the next thing is what? The action. Okay, what action should the AI take? What action should it take? We want it to summarize the text. We want it to extract action items. We want it to identify risk. Okay, that's what we want the AI to do. So see it here. Any risk, identify what the action items with the task, the owner, the deadline. Okay, the next is the S. Okay, the S stands for what? Structure. Because you want your prompt to come out a certain way. Okay, structure. How do you want your prompts to come out? Okay, how do you want the numbering to be? How do you want the sections, the table to be? That's what's happening next. And if you look at our prompts here, okay, if you look at our prompts here, we have what? The numbered section. See it here, guys. This is a structure. Okay, 5 sentence executive summary, a table of action. All right, this is the structure we want. Then what? The risk, the blockers, or any open questions. This is the structure of our prompt. Okay, and finally, the P. The P stands for parameters. Parameters are the boundaries, okay, the boundaries that guides our output. Okay, and what is the parameter here? What do we want as a parameter? You can see it here. Keep it simple, no jargon. We want it to keep our what? Keep this particular executive summary simple, no what? No technical jargons, nothing too difficult. And what would I do next? I will send the prompt. Okay, now let's see what ChatGPT is going to give to us. Okay, so guys, are we all seeing the outcome? Are we all seeing the outcome? Guys, can we all see the outcome? I want some reactions from us. Can we all see the outcome? So now you can see that Chidi now has a what? Executive summary. Okay, Chidi now has a what? Executive summary. Now the action items can see to say that I want it in a tabular form, in a tabular manner. Okay, now you can see that for every action item, there is a task, there is the owner, and there is the deadline. Okay, so when a stakeholder sees this, they are aware of what's currently happening in a project. This is an update. Okay, this is an update currently happening in this project. What are the risks? What are the blockers and the open questions? Can see some of the risks that are currently affecting the project is that the project timeline is tight. Okay, especially for QA testing. That's some of the blockers. Design cannot fully be finalized because design cannot fully finalize onboarding screens until compliance confirms what user data can be collected at sign up. So these are some of the blockers, some of the impediments that is stopping us from going forward. And these are also the open questions. Will the team officially adopt the updated design system? What is the approved scope for user data collection during onboarding? Will finance efforts or will finance approve additional budgets if design system migration increases engineering efforts? So now, if your stakeholder sees this, they can see each of the tasks happening in the project. They can see who owns those particular tasks. And when the deadline is, they will be happy with you as a project manager, as a product manager, because this is very good reporting. And you can see that this report took me just a prompt in less than 5 minutes. Okay, I'm not sitting down going to go and meet Chidi. I'm not sitting down to go and meet Amaka, Sunday, Blessing one by one, okay, to generate their report. No. I did this by getting what? The transcript of the meeting and using AI to do what? To generate the outcome. And now, my stakeholders are happy. I have their reports readily available to them. So guys, how AI has shaped project and product management is just what I've shown us here in a simple prompting technique. Okay, using the graphs framework. Okay, this is how generative AI has shaped our landscape as project and product managers. Okay, so now let's look back to our case study and see what we have now. Okay, what's the next prompt? Okay, the next prompt is that now turn that into a status update that I can send to leadership by 5 p.m. today. Okay, use this format: headline, what is on track, what needs attention, what I need from you. Okay, then we'll just copy this particular prompt again. Okay, copy it, bring it back to ChatGPT. Now, ChatGPT already has the project context, it already has what our meeting minutes, that's giving us an executive summary. Now, we want to generate the status report. So now I will paste this again, all right, and do what? And execute. Okay, so now, because I wanted my report to be very much succinct, to be very much easy, I now say that I have what's my headline. This is what is currently on track on the project from that meeting minute. Okay, this is what needs attention in the project. Okay, and this is what I need from what I need a support quick turnaround from legal and compliance on onboarding data collection guidance, and pending today's estimate, confirmation on budget flexibility for the proposed design migration. So this is a very much simple report that stakeholders can read at a simple glance. So I'm not verbosing, I'm not having extraneous words on my document. It's just something very simple. And all I do ideally, I'll just click on copy this response and I'll come to my Google Docs and paste this. And once I've pasted this, I'll just format the font. Okay. Probably use the one that fits my organization. All right. Let me use a 12. And what do I do after? I save it here. Okay. I save it here as my what? Weekly status report. All right, as my weekly status report. And what do I do? Simply download it as a PDF document and I send to my stakeholders. Voila, very simple. My stakeholders have their reports. Okay, they have their reports. That's as simple as life has gotten for us project managers today. Okay, so guys, hope we all saw what I did. Okay, hope we all saw what I did. Hope we all saw what I did and how easy it is. Okay, for us as PMs and as project managers, as product managers in today's day and age. Okay, so what did we do? Okay, before it used to take Chidi 2 hours. Okay, it used to take Chidi 2 hours. Now it takes Chidi 5 minutes. Okay, from 2 hours to what? To 5 minutes. So if you look at how much time it's going to save Chidi on a monthly basis, it has saved Chidi 15 hours. Okay, Chidi is saved what? 15 hours per month. So Chidi's life is made way easy. Okay, way easy today. Now, it doesn't matter where you are. Okay, it doesn't matter what you are, whether you're a stay-at-home mom, you're a fresh graduate, you're an hustler, you're a teacher, you're a lawyer, you're a doctor, you're an engineer, you're a warehouse manager. It doesn't matter what you are. Okay, generative AI for project management and business analysis is something you really want to look into because it is applicable in any field you go into. Every single field has project management in it. So if you're a doctor, you need some tools that will make your life easier. Okay, how can you get your patient health record? Very simple. Okay, how can you use AI? How can you use any of these tools to access all of these records, to know their medical history, to know the right diagnosis? These are things that AI can do for you. Okay, and these are things that project managers and BAs carry out on a daily basis. Whether you're a fresh graduate, you have no idea whatsoever about what a PRD is. These are things that you learn. Okay, and you become proficient at. So whether you're a teacher, you're a lawyer, you're a doctor, you're an engineer, it doesn't matter where you are. Okay, what really matters is your will to start. Okay, what really matters is what your will to start. So now, if you look at some of our students, okay, if you look at some of our students in the past, all right, that have cemented and gotten a role in the tech landscape, you will notice that there's a consistent theme. Okay, this is Olusegun Agbolade. He went from being an auditor to an AI automation engineer. Okay, and Olusegun did four simple things. Olusegun learned, he packaged, he applied, and he got the job. Okay, Olusegun did four simple things. He learned, he packaged himself, he applied, and he got the job. If you look at Ava, okay, Ava as well, Ava, Ivan, Steve, he went from an IT trainee to an AI automation engineer. Okay, and what did Ava do? He did four simple things. Ava learned, okay, he completed the AI automation course. Yeah, he packaged himself, started his journey as a project management trainee. Okay, still exploring the right path to grow in tech. All right, and he did what? He applied for roles after discovering our AI automations program. He enrolled and he began learning how to use AI to solve real business problems and automate his workflow. Okay, the automation that Ivan carried out, all right, saved him hours, saved him days, saved businesses so much resources. And as a result of that, he landed the role, okay, and is doing well, helping businesses use AI automation. All right. So now, if you look at our global success footprint, you will notice that it is just not in a single continent. This is the world map. All right. And those of us that can read map very well will know that this is what? This is Nigeria, this is the UK, and this is what? This is the US. Okay. Now, Pavel was a former teacher in Cameroon. All right. Pavel was a former teacher in Cameroon, and he landed a healthcare data analyst role in the US after 3 months of carrying out his program here with us at 10AB. Same thing as Bukola. Bukola joined the program from the UK. She upskilled. Okay. And now she's working as a data business analyst with a US company working in the UK. Okay. And this is Pavel's story. This is Bukola's story. And this is even Ene's story. Ene landed a data scientist role with a company in Germany working remotely in the UK. So what are we trying to say in all of this is that there is a path for you. Okay. There is a path for you. Okay. There is a path for you to make that seamless transition into AI. There is a path for you to not be downsized. There's a path for you to not remain redundant in the organization. Because, guys, whether you like it or not, the revolution of AI is coming, and it is coming aggressively. And only those, like I said, that know how to use AI will be safe. Okay? If you think about it, in the 1970s, okay, or even during early industrialization, in the 1970s, you had the likes of Microsoft and IBM, they came into the scene. Industrialization changed. So many people were still stuck in the bush trying to farm and weed. When industrialization came, and there was a paradigm shift, and resources came to only a few persons. And the next paradigm shift happened in the 1990s, okay, when the likes of Google, Firefox, they came into the picture. And it took some people time to adjust to it. But before they adjusted, it was too late. Now, we're in the new paradigm shift of AI. So you can see that the world consistently and constantly evolves. And it is only those that evolve with it that will make it to the very top and will remain relevant. Okay? So what do you stand to gain when you join us here at Analytics Business? What do you stand to gain? Okay? Number one is you have 8 weeks of live training. Live training is like what we did today, what I did with yours today. Okay, you would handle out real world case studies. Whether you're a project manager, you're a product manager, you're a business analyst, you're a data analyst, you have interest in HR, you have interest in automations engineering, you have interest in content creation, there are courses for you here at 10AB that will help you make that next gigantic leap. All right, so we offer you 8 weeks of live training. All right, we offer you 8 weeks of live training, 3 hours every Saturday, and it is instructor-led. You're not watching any pre-recorded videos. It is a live class. You'll be seeing my face in class. You'll be seeing other facilitators in class, and you'll be dealing with what real work, real life case studies. Every week, we will be doing something we call our mentorship session, which you can even join from this night. Okay, you can join what our mentorship session from tonight. All right, but there's a caveat there. Our mentorship session is also what we call our employability session. Okay, it's also called what? Employability session. In today's day and age, you can not only be what? A technical expertise, you also need to be employable. Okay, how do you answer questions during interviews? How do you work on your personal branding? How do you optimize your CV? There's a session every Thursday from the hours of 9 p.m. to 10 p.m., also a live session. Then we also do what we call your CV review and revamping, where we review your CV and make the necessary modifications so that you stand out for interviews. We also help you to work on your LinkedIn optimization, because your LinkedIn is your social currency for visibility, for partnership, for getting hired and getting noticed by recruiters. Okay, you have Instagram for the influencers, for the pictures and the likes. LinkedIn also matters a lot for you as a professional. So we'll teach you how to optimize your LinkedIn. Okay, you also have your interview preparation. All right, in the case whereby you get an interview, we'll prepare you for the interview. All right, you sit down with your facilitator and other facilitators that will prepare you for your interview. So even after you secured your job, we have something we call the on-the-job support. Okay, that's something we call what? On-the-job support. So even when you are done with your class and you need from level of support, we would also support you. Okay, you can always reach out to us. Then something happens interestingly every Tuesday. We call it what? The technical support session. So every Tuesday, probably if you let something in class on Saturday and you do not understand and you need better clarity on it, so you have a question to ask a facilitator. On Tuesday, to just for an hour, from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m., we support you. So we clarify any of those ambiguities, any of those issues that you have. All right. Another thing we do here is we help you with your Upwork profile setup. So Upwork is where you can sell your project for dollars, for pounds, depending on the currency that you are satisfied with. So you sell your work on Upwork and you make money. You make money off projects. We also help you with that. Okay? But another important thing you need to note is that we now have the ACTD. And what do we call the ACTD? I want us to look at this very quickly here. And see here, we are accredited by the American Council of Training and Development, as well as the Canadian Council of Training and Development. So it means that a certificate here is not only valid in Nigeria, it's also valid anywhere else in the world. So you can see it here. We have a reputable accredited body, accreditation body, rather, that's giving us to go ahead to certify those that join our program. Okay, but guys, I want to show us something very interesting very quickly. Okay, something interesting very quickly. We now have an LMS. Okay, we have what? An LMS. This LMS is where we bring our students to, okay, so that they can begin learning immediately they join us. Okay, if you come to your LMS, So for example, if I come to my lesson videos here, AI for what? Project management and what? Business analysis. If I click on this particular video and I open it up, okay, you would see that there are recordings of videos that we can watch beginning from tonight. Okay, if you join us, beginning from tonight, and you will see that these videos are pre-recorded that will help you in your journey step by step as a project manager. You can see it here, step by step. So every single thing you need in your toolkit, in your repository as a project manager, you have it readily available to you. So this is a self-paced course. Nobody is rushing you. Okay, this is just what you watch before you even come to class. And you can watch this at your own pace. You can watch this when you want to, but you have a clear guide to help you with that seamless transition. Okay, it's more of even a pre-assessment guide as well. So you can pre-assess yourself even before your class starts. So this is something that we also offer to our students here. So you see your class timetable. Okay, you can see your course catalog. You can see the videos you need to watch. You can see your scheme of work, your curriculum. Everything here is readily available for you to make that next leap into project management. Okay, this is your week 1. This is your week 0, week 1. You have your week 2, your week 3, your week 4, your week 5, your week 6. So there are videos readily available for you to watch even before you join classes officially. So guys, do we think this is a nice idea? Do we think this is something that is really, really good, something that we really, really like and we're interested in? Okay, I need some feedback from us. Okay, thank you very much. So guys, that transition that you want to make is going to be absolutely seamless. Okay, absolutely seamless. Okay, so opportunities like this won't fall on your laps. Okay, opportunities like this, it will not fall on your laps. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity because we are going to help you make that transition. Like I said, it's going to be smooth sailing. Okay, and these opportunities do not come often. So we need to take the next step. Our next cohort begins now. It starts today. Okay, the cohort starts today. All right, the cohort begins today. If you join us today, you have access to that LMS as soon as possible. You have access to our mentorship immediately. Okay, you begin your mentorship, you begin a pre-assessment guide, okay, immediately to understand where you are best suited, because we just don't want to throw you into anything that will not work for you in the long run. So if you join us today, immediately you have access to what I just showed you. Immediately you have access to me, you have access to all of us here at the Analytics Business, as well as what our mentorship session. The mentorship begins now. Okay, so we need to understand the cost of not making any action tonight. Okay, we need to understand what the cost of not making any action tonight. Do you want to be the manual worker that spends hours of doing things manually, or do you want to be an automation adopter? Okay, so the danger isn't just AI taking your jobs. That's not just the only danger. The danger is that people that know how to use AI will take the opportunity first. Okay, that's the real danger, that those people that know how to use AI, okay, those that know how to use AI will take the opportunity first. Okay, so what's the investment? Okay, I don't like to call it cost. What's the investment that will make, okay, for us to join? Okay, usually the original value of our course, okay, is actually 980,000 naira. That's the original value of what you are getting, and our normal price, okay, is what, 250,000 naira. But no, we have frankly discounted that particular price because we understand that we are not only just here for the money, we're also here to impact value. So our payment goes for 150,000 naira, but you don't have to pay it once. You can pay it in 3 installments. Or even if you don't have up to 50,000 naira this night, you can still secure your slot. Okay, even if you don't have up to 150,000 naira or even 50,000 naira this night, you can still secure your slot with the amount you have available, but you just have to top up as you progress through the session. Or if you want to do a one-time payment, you can only do what 120,000 naira only, and immediately you have access to the classroom, you have access to all of those materials, you have access to your learning. Okay, but I am not looking for so many people tonight. Okay, I'm not looking for so many people tonight. I only want just 5 persons. Okay, just 5 persons. All right, I only need 5 persons that are interested. Okay, that want to make that next leap of faith into AI. Those that want to start increasing their earning power. Those that want to become more competent. Those that want to remain relevant in their fields. Those are people that are in it. So we have different payment structures. You can either go for the 150,000 naira in 3 installments, or you can go for 120,000 in a single installment. But even if you do not have up to 50,000 naira tonight, you can still secure your slot with 30,000 naira. Okay, so would also work on the more flexible payments plan for you, depending on how you want it to go. Okay, so this is our payment plan, and this is my phone number. Okay, so if you are interested, I want you to fill the sheet in the chat box. Like I said, I only need 5 persons. But like I said, I only need what 5 persons. Just 5 people. I don't want so many people. Just the first 5 people. You get instant access to our mentorship program and our learning management system. That's our LMS. I just showed us. Just 5 persons. Okay, just 5 persons. Okay, so you can contact this number immediately, or you can indicate your interest in the chat. All right, you can indicate your interest in the chat. So whatever payment plan works for you, however flexible you want it to be, we can work around it. Okay, we can work around it. So guys, opportunities in front of us now, we need to maximize it. The next best time to start is now. Okay, so I would leave this open to us. Okay, so if you are interested, just put I'm interested in the chat box. Okay, or you can send me a DM very quickly with this number on your screen. All right, so if you are interested, you can send me a DM now. All right, or put in the chat box that I'm interested. Okay, and now you get access to your classroom and to your LMS as soon as possible. Okay, you get access to the classroom and your LMS as soon as possible. Okay, so somebody has texted me that they are interested. Okay, so that's 1 person. Okay, that's 1 person. So if you are interested, immediately, okay, if you're interested immediately, just indicate your interest. Okay, the next best time for you to start is now. All right, but if there are any questions, please ask in the chat box. Okay, if there are any questions, any concerns you have, just ask in the chat box. I would be willing to rectify that. All right, so please let's do that. Let's do that. All right, so I've gotten a DM. I've gotten a DM already, so I only need 4 more persons. I don't need many people, just 5 persons. Just 5 persons. Okay, so just 5 people that are willing to grab the opportunity and take that leap of faith, that next step into progressing in their trajectory, in their career trajectory. All right. Okay, so I've gotten a DM now. Someone is typing, so I'm going to assume that is number 2. Okay. So if you look at the chat box, you have the enrollment link there. So please, you can click on it. You can click on it. You can join there. You can just, if you cannot do that, you can just always send me a text. You send this number a text. or put I am interested in the chat box. And if you have any questions, please just type it in the chat box. I'm going to respond to you. Okay, so I have two persons now. Someone else has sent a DM. So please, guys, do not forget to fill the attendance sheet. Do not forget to fill the attendance sheet. Very, very important. Okay, do not forget to fill the attendance sheet. Very, very important. So it's those that fill the attendance sheet that will get access to the recordings when it is done. So please do not forget to fill the attendance sheet. Okay, so at the moment I've received 3 DMs already, just two to go, two to go, two to go, and we call it a day. Just need two more persons. So 3 people have indicated interest so far. So those 3 persons will be getting access to this LMS this evening. Like I showed us, they'll be getting access to all of this evening. And so they can begin their journey into tech. So I just need two more persons, just two. Okay, someone is typing, so I'm assuming that that's going to be the fourth person. Then if we have the fourth person, it means that there's only room for one more person. If we have the fourth person, it means that there's only room for one more person. So who is going to take that slot? Who's going to take that slot? Who's going to take that leap of faith to take the final slot? So we already have 4 persons, just one more to go, one more to go, one more to go. So who is that person going to be? So we just need one more person. Okay. So just one final person, then we call it. But if you have any questions for me, please you can ask. If you need further clarity, if you need a personalized session as well, you can always still contact this number here. All right. So if you need clarity, you need a personalized session, you need more convincing, you can always go on your screen and take a screenshot. Okay. So those that have paid on this, those that have contacted me so far on this call, if you have any questions for me, so let me. So Jubril, Adebayo, Clean Books, David, Emmanuel, lesson videos, Michelle, Terry. Do you have any questions for me? Yeah, do you have any questions for me? Have any questions for me? Just go ahead and ask. But so far, those that are currently okay. Someone said something. I need more clarity. How do I join the mentorship class? Okay. So for you to join the mentorship class immediately this night, right? For you to join the mentorship class immediately at the moment, you need to indicate your interest in joining our program. Okay. However little the commitment will be, you need to indicate your interest to joining us. Right. That's how you can get instant access to the mentorship. You will get it this evening. Okay. So that's how you get the mentorship immediately. All right. That's how you get the mentorship. Okay. So you made your commitment. Okay. All right. So please, when did you make that commitment? Is it just now or you've done that before? Lesson videos. Before. Okay. 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 All right. All right. So guys, you can see that lesson videos has made this commitment before now. So the rest of us, what are we waiting for? What are we waiting for? Okay, what are we waiting for? Who wants to join lesson videos in getting mentored? Who is willing to join lesson videos in getting mentored? Okay. Who is joining lesson videos in getting mentored? Lesson videos, so what is that your real name? What's your actual name? What's your actual name? Can I put that in the chat box? What's your actual name? Adima. Okay. Okay, Adima Agua. Okay. All right. Adim. Okay, Adim. All right. So the rest of us, let's join Adim, okay, in making that next leap. So when we start seeing Adim making those thousands of dollars, nobody is envying Adim because Adim made the right decision today. Okay, so any other questions for me? Clean Books. Any other questions for me, Terry? Another question for me, Adebayo, Adamu. Okay, my Airtel WhatsApp. Any questions for me before we call it a day? Okay, like I said, so far, Uche, Michelle has paid. They've indicated their interest as well as Tolulope. So we just need one more person. Okay, although Adam would have been the fifth person, but he has done that before. So just one more person. Okay, just one more person. They will call it a day. Okay, so you will join the mentorship session this evening. Okay, so you can send a message, send a text to this number. All right, Adam, send a text to the number on your screen. Okay, you can take a screenshot and send the number to the send the text number on your screen. Please also guys, let's also support Adam in the chat so you can directly access the mentorship session. Okay, let's also support Adam so that you can directly access the mentorship session. Okay, please the attendance register. Okay, please let's kindly send Ayabami the attendance register. All right, let's kindly send Ayabami the attendance register. So Ayabami, have you indicated your interest as well? Ayabami, have you indicated your interest as well? Ayabami, have you indicated your interest as well? Okay. So if you want to join the mentorship program, have you filled the form? Have you filled the payment form? Have you done that before? Ayabami, have you done that before? No. Okay. So please let's resend that form. Okay, so Ayabami, please let's resend the form. So Ayabami, the payment form. So Ayabami, you can with any amount you think you can commit to this evening so that you can get instant access. Okay, instant access to the mentorship program this night. So that you will also join, so you would also join Adam. Can see it. Okay, for payments outside of 50,000 or 120,000, you can make a direct enrollment. Clicking on a particular link. So you can also join Adam in doing that. So that from this evening, you have instant access to the mentorship. Okay, so have you done that, Yabami? Okay, so who is next? Who is next? Who is left? What opportunity is going? Is going. So I have 5 more minutes to open to leave this call on for. All right, so we have 5 more minutes to make any decision we want to make before we call it up and wrap wrap this session up. So if you're interested, like I said, or if you need any more information, please just send a DM to this number. We already have 4 persons here already. So if I had Ayobami, but I've not gotten a response yet. So he will probably be the fifth person. So I can still be gracious to pick one more person. Okay. So I have 2 more minutes to keep this pace up. Then we close it and call it a day. Okay, guys. So before we call it a day, please kindly fill the attendance form so that I can get access to the materials and the recording. Okay, so kindly fill the attendance form so that I can get access to the materials and the recording. Once it's 9:25, I'm going to close the session. Okay, so let me just share this one more time. So please fill the attendance form in the chat. Okay, so guys, I'm closing the session now. All right, please have a wonderful rest of your evening. See you all at the top.